For a while now, I've been saying that attitudes on guns from some on the left and the American public in general has been changing in our favor. Now, Wolverines, we have the evidence. Let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, guys, welcome back. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I also write about 2A laws, issues, and everything else dealing with guns. If you can do me a big favor, like, comment, and subscribe, you know the drill. It really helps with the algorithm. We are still doing our sponsorship for Pack 997 of the Cub Scouts. If you can help out, I would appreciate it. The link is below in the description. Today, we are going to be talking about a Gallup poll that was recently done about gun ownership. I learned about this poll through a guy named Jonathan Turley. I'm going to link his site down below because that's how I learned about this poll, and I believe in giving credit where credit is due, and he's the one that found the poll. So I'm going to link his article down below because he has a lot of good things to say. One of the things that was interesting about the presidential election is the run up to it when Kamala Harris embraced guns, where she said she owned a Glock, even though I think that is a bunch of BS. A lot of people ask why she would do that, considering during the Heller decision in 2008, she penned an amicus brief stating that the individual does not have a right to bear arms and that the Second Amendment only applies to the military. What could have caused this sudden shift? And I think it's the power of the gun voters out there. Gun ownership among liberals has grown ever since the summer of love and the COVID pandemic, which is one of the reasons why I think Kamala Harris decided to embrace guns. Another thing is that minorities are buying guns at a faster rate than ever before. The Democrats are losing minority groups, so they are going to try to pull them back in any way that they can, even if that means embracing firearms. Plus, gun owners that usually do not vote started voting. All these things drove Kamala Harris, in my opinion, to claim that she is a gun owner, even though I do not believe her. But it's all anecdotal until now because we have a new Gallup poll on Americans and their thoughts on guns. So let's go ahead and break it down. The support for a ban on handguns has dropped to below 20%. This is the lowest it's ever been. Now let's go ahead and take away the evil MAGA Republicans and look at what Democrats think of gun control on handguns. Only 33% would support a ban on handguns. This is massively down from where it's been. If you recall, the Brady campaign originally started with the goal of getting a handgun ban. They failed and they have shifted away from that because support for that has dropped dramatically and it keeps on dropping. More and more Democrats are coming around to our way of thinking on guns. Maybe support for handgun bans are at all-time low, but how about those nasty assault weapons? Well, we have some good news when it comes to that as well. 52% of Americans, according to Gallup, which I think might be overestimating it, still support an assault weapons ban. So you might be saying, how is that good news for us? Well, let's look at before COVID. In 2019, the same poll was done, and 61% of Americans wanted an assault weapons ban. So that is a 10-point drop over a 5-year period. That might not seem like a lot, but in statistics, that is a huge difference. The trends are showing that it is moving in our direction. More and more people are embracing gun culture and embracing the Second Amendment from all walks of life. Maybe one day this will stop being a political issue because to me, I don't think it really should be. The right to bear arms is a universal human right. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, black, white, it doesn't matter. You should have the right to bear arms. And more people are taking that stance, even from the far left. They are arming themselves, which is a good thing because everyone should be armed or have the right to be armed. You shouldn't be forced to be armed, but if you want to be armed to defend yourself and your family, you absolutely should be able to do that, whether that's defending yourself from a criminal or defending yourself from a tyrannical government. You should have the right to bear arms. Public opinion is moving our way, which is a very good thing for the cause of gun rights. Plus, it also shows that places like Everytown, Brady, Giffords, and little dweebs like David Hogg are losing the control over the Democratic Party, which is also a good thing because those people are anti freedom and we want more freedom loving people. If we get more Democrats to view guns the way we do, maybe we can deregulate these things, which are suppressors, get national reciprocity, and eventually get rid of all gun laws, including the NFA. I might be a little bit dreaming there about the NFA, but at least for suppressors and national reciprocity, I do think that it is possible. And in the long run, I think the NFA is going to be taken down by the courts, but we're going to have to wait and see how long that takes to destroy the NFA because I do not see enough Democrats crossing the aisle to support the deregulation of machine guns, getting rid of 4473s, and all the other unconstitutional gun control that is out there. I highly encourage you to read the article by Jonathan Turley if you're wondering who he is. He is a professor at George Washington University where he concentrates on constitutional law. He is a really, really smart guy and has a lot to say. Whether you agree with everything he says or not, that's up to you, but he is a really prolific writer and he is definitely an expert in the Constitution. So go ahead and read his stuff and let me know what you think down below in the description. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend and happy Thanksgiving, even though I'll be back next week. But just wanted to say that to just get that out now in case I forget. All right, guys, so stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I am out of here. Wolverines, MFers.